Hello, everyone, all my family, all my friends. Greetings and Merry Christmas. I wanted to make this video mainly because it's a lot to type. and I know that lengthy video or lengthy posts don't tend to get read completely. Not to mention the fact that I want to talk about, like, you also don't get the emotion or the meaning. I don't know. I thought it would be better, faster, and happier to just say it. Plus, I don't post things about myself much anymore, photos or anything. I mostly post positive quotes and scripture. So here I am. I'm still here. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello to everyone, and I hope you have the merriest, happiest Christmas of ever. I know for a lot of you, it's very strange to hear me saying that because I was a big Xmas person, and I'm sorry about that. I was not the best person that I could be for a very long time. Actually, the majority of my life. And a lot of you who have known me for many years, I probably seem like a complete stranger to you. And I hope that you can accept who I've become. And if you can't, that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. I totally understand that I have changed completely. And that person that I was, I don't plan on being that way ever, 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 ever again in a million years. I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of soul searching. I've done a lot of healing. And all of the attributes of the person that you knew for all those years belong to that person who was in a lot of pain. The other thing, well, I guess the good thing about writing is that I don't have to take time out to pull myself back together. But yeah, I was suffering. And I lashed out at people. And that's not an excuse. It's not a reason for doing those things. But I was very childish because I was stuck right around age, I'd say between 12 and 16. And if you paid any attention to the way that I used to act, especially when I was acting out, you can probably see that that's exactly where I was stuck. Right about 12 to 16. And I was there, honestly, until about 4 years ago when I started on my healing journey. And I've lost a lot of people in my life because of it. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Anybody who feels the need to move on, I thank them for being in my life. And I know that they were there to teach me something. And I enjoyed their company while they were there. And I'm ready to let them be who they are. I'm not in a place anymore that I feel like I need to change everybody that I know to be just like me. I know a lot of you got to deal with me as a militant atheist and left-wing political activist, and I'm really sorry about that person who I was then. Um, that version of me had no self esteem, no confidence, nothing. And all I can say is the place that I was when I was able to be manipulated by that political party, and it was manipulation and very toxic, and I was very toxic because of it. I felt like the only way that I could be right was if I forced everybody else to be exactly the same that I was. I had to force, in order to believe what I was selling, I had to force people into it. And I'm really sorry that I was terrible. I really was a terrible, terrible person when I was like that. Um, I had no integrity. I had no self responsibility. I had no accountability for myself. But I did all of those things. And I did them because I didn't care. I didn't care who I hurt. I didn't care what people thought of me. Well, actually, that was the conundrum. I cared immensely about what people thought of me, only I was worried about people who don't matter. And I know now that none of those people mattered because they all hit the road as soon as I started to heal after calling me a lot of names. Which, to be fair, I 100% deserved it and expected it because I did the same thing to people myself. So I knew what they were going to do. And I made a very conscious decision when I started this journey that I was going to lose people. I could lose everybody, basically. Um, and I did it anyway. I don't know. Well, when I started, I would still have considered myself atheist, but I quickly dropped, well, I dropped all labels basically. I had to drop everything and figure out who the heck I was. Like, I don't know. Who the heck am I? I mean, I let go of everything. I let go of everything, of all of it. I let go of my persona. I let go of everything and everyone. In my heart, I released everybody. And it was hard because if you knew me well, you know I was very codependent. I still am a people pleaser. I have to continually work to not be a people pleaser. It was nightmarish to go through life feeling like it's your responsibility to make everybody happy. Save yourself from that. It's possible to heal from being a people pleaser, and I highly recommend it. I still have a lot of trouble saying no, but I'm getting there. It gets easier. I start with people I don't know and or know well, and when I can say no to them, then it gets easier to say no to people that I know better. And then the next step is people that I love. And you should be able to say no to people that you love without feeling like they're gonna hate you or abandon you or any number of things that go through your mind when you're a people pleaser and you're faced with the necessity of saying no. I wasn't really allowed to do that for much of my life, so it was hard. It's still hard. I still work on it every single day. Um, I'm trying not to make this too lengthy, but I know it's been quite a few years of me going through these changes, and I don't know if I can make it just like a 20-minute video. This is going to be posted on my YouTube channel privately so that only the people who click on the link in my Facebook, which is where I'm sharing it, can see it. But I am going to be talking more about my journey on this channel. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to subscribe. I do have another channel that I do like hauls and fun things, but I used to push people into joining the things that I did personally and then get angry with them when they didn't. So I'm not about that life anymore. If you really want to see the day-to-day goings-on of my life, you're more than welcome to ask me and I will send you the link to it, but I will not post it on my Facebook channel or ask anybody that I love or even don't love. No, I love everybody. I won't ask you to go subscribe to my channel. I'm not about that. I'm only mentioning it because you'll see, like, when you click on it, it's taking you to my YouTube channel, and I'm still in the process of accumulating videos to post. So anybody who still has access to my old channel, it's still up there. I am so sorry about that. That was a disaster. I was so nervous and always scared and just freaking out all the time, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. That channel still exists, but I don't really post on it anymore. This is the result of a lot of work on myself, being able to talk, even though I'm getting emotional periodically, being able to talk coherently. I have started doing that at church too. At my church, we do every first Sunday, we fast and we go up and give our testimony. And I've been challenging myself to go up every month and give my testimony, no matter how much I'm in tears, no matter how incoherent it is, I give it. And I'm getting better at not feeling like a crybaby or overly emotional. All the things that I've been told my whole life. I'm a very emotional person. I always have been. I always will be. I mean, I cry over commercials, and if somebody else is crying, I will be crying. I'm an empath, and I'm a highly sensitive person. So it was a source of misery throughout my childhood because I got made fun of a lot. I got teased for it. I don't like being teased, so that made it even worse. And so I just quit doing it. I quit talking. If you've known me for a long time, you know that I'm generally insanely quiet, don't say much, kind of stay in the background, and I don't want to be that anymore. I am more. I'm more than that, and I am worth more than that. So I have been releasing all of the people who have dismissed me, have belittled me. I wish them all the best. I give them all of my love. I have forgiven them, which took a good year and a half all by itself, forgiving. But I wish them the best. I just don't have room in my life anymore for people who don't treat me with respect. And we all deserve respect. So give yourself that and do not allow people to treat you badly. We all teach people how they should treat us, and I have been allowing people to treat me very badly. And I'm not doing it anymore. So I mainly wanted to talk about my spiritual journey because I think to some of you, that may be the biggest transformation that you've seen from me. For me, it's pretty darn big. It's really huge. If you know me before, I was really big on swearing a lot. I never drank, smoked, or did drugs or anything like that, but I still don't. But swearing, I don't do that anymore. You've probably noticed on my page, even if I find something that I like and if it has a swear word, I try to cross it out. I don't really watch movies anymore. I watch The Chosen, and that's about it. I watch a couple of different YouTubers that I love. But yeah, I don't. Occasionally will watch a movie, but just not much interests me anymore. Yeah, along this path with cleaning up my mental health, cleaning up my emotional health, then I also dropped all those labels. I got off on a tangent. That was where I was going. And I stopped considering myself an atheist. That was probably about 6 months into the whole thing. I actually read a book by Sam Harris, if any of you know who he is. He is a big time atheist, like Christian debater. He loves causing trouble with Christians, as atheists tend to do. And I read his book called Spirituality Without God. I want to say that's the name of it. If it's not, I'll put it on the screen for you. And by the time I read that book and finished it, I had more questions than I had answers, and I couldn't call myself an atheist anymore. I couldn't say that I didn't believe that there was a higher power, and in all honesty, I don't know how he does. And I don't know if he really does in his heart. Just from his book. I mean, he wrote it. But then that was right around the time that I started posting positive things, and a lot of my friends in the atheist world and on the left started calling me an alt-right extremist, which I didn't really understand. I don't consider myself political anymore at all. I am more conservative, but I don't identify with any political party because they can both be very manipulative. Politics is about manipulation. I trust God now. I still vote. I do a lot of research on who I'm voting for, but in worldly matters, I leave it to God, which I know that's a very big change for a lot of you. It's why I don't debate about politics anymore, because I honestly don't care about them anymore. It's not my business. It is God's business, and I trust Him. Everything that's going on in the world, I know, is happening for a reason. And sometimes if you really pay attention and listen and let go of the anger and judgment, you can follow exactly what's happening. And it's really quite amazing. So yeah, I don't do politics anymore. I don't do atheism anymore. I'm actually a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They are my new second family, and I love them all. Yeah, I never thought I would end up there, but here I am. A little over a year later, I would not change. I've been through the temple, which is a huge commitment, and that's who I am. I do want to tell my story about how I got there. And this video is already in the 21-minute, already past 20 minutes. So I won't tell it on this one, but I will tell it, and I'll link it here on Facebook. But yeah, I'm really sorry to everybody that I hurt with the way that I used to be. I hope that you can forgive me. I have changed just about every aspect of my life. And if you still kind of know me, you know that I am not that person anymore. I know I ridiculed and demeaned and was just horrible, really just horrible to everybody I know who was faithful. And I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what I was going to say, but I do know that I understand. It was very hard for me to say that I was a part of a church because I spent so many years putting down the church. I didn't know what to expect, and everybody was so welcoming. That, I think, was the biggest shock to me because of the group that I have just recently left. They did not accept change. If you leave them or have ever said anything negative against them, you may as well be dead. And that's okay with me. There's nobody really in the past that I used to be a part of that I care that much to be, like, I am not interested in being in their favor. They can say what they want about me. And that was really why I was so terrible, because I kept trying to win their favor. And to do that, if anybody is still over there, I feel bad for you. I know how hard it is. You have to put on a show completely. You have to wear this mask every day who may not even be who you are. And it's a charade, really. They're not interested in who you are as a person. It's all about what you can give them, what you can do for them, and how easily you can be manipulated by them. And I just don't have any room for manipulation, toxic people, liars. I don't have room for that in my life anymore. And all the people that I want in my life are more positive and upbeat, and that's where I am right now. I am interested in positivity and good energy. So if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. If you're not, I really wish you well. I wish you all the best in the world. I love you. And I can't say, any more good things. I just know that you're on a journey that you might end up regretting one day. I do. Well, I actually don't regret I regret the things that I did to people, but I don't regret my journey because I've learned so much. And I don't even regret the toxic people in my life and the people who've hurt me, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I know I had a lesson to learn from every single one of them. I take every single thing that has ever happened in my life, whether it be on the positive or not so positive, and I have learned from all of those things so much. So, all right, I'm getting towards 30 minutes, so I don't want to make you sit here for 30 minutes and watch me. Somebody's running up the stairs. it's snowing, so they're trying to stomp the snow off their boots. Um, oh, for those of you who don't know, I live in Wyoming now. um, I I never really said that I moved, but here I am in Wyoming, and I love it. It's very quiet. Like, I'm at 6,500 feet, which was a little adjustment to get used to. I live in a town, it's a small city. It's the fifth largest city in Wyoming, and there's like 26,000 people here. Yeah, 26,000 people. We have 3 stores. We have a Smith's and Albertsons and Walmart. Um, but the people are just amazing. I love them all. I've never felt more welcome in a place. Um, I know God led me here, and I love it. So, all right, instead of continuing on, I will make another video about my journey back to God. If you're interested in watching it, cool. If you're not, just pretend it doesn't exist. All right, guys. Again, I wish you the merriest Christmas that you can ever have, the happiest New Year that you can ever have. I hope 2023 is completely amazing for you. This year has been wonderful and full of so many amazing things. It is the year of the tiger, and I am a tiger. Um, and it was a little challenging, which I always expect on my year because tigers are challenging. um, but it's been amazing, and thank you all for being in my life. I love you all. I wish you all the best, and I will see you later.